The reason I love HCC is because HCC is very inclusive. One time, I do remember, I had an experience where one of my professors had posted a video online as part of the homework assignment, and there was no closed captioning. So later, when I went to open the video to do the homework, I couldn't do it because there was talking on the video, and I can't hear, obviously, I'm deaf. So I did contact the professor, and she emailed me back, and she said she would get it with closed captioning, and then I was able to watch the video with the captioning and do the assignment.
Well, I think about the learner in the classroom. They're here for a reason because they want to learn, and if I have content that they can't access, then I've eliminated them from the learning process. I think about things like what I put up on Moodle. Can a screen reader read them? I'm thinking about, can a student access the material in multiple ways, right? So if it's a video, is it captioned? If it's not captioned, is there a transcript?
I've taught for many years, and before studying educational technology, I didn't really address accessibility issues in my online portions of my class. I kind of figured, well, if someone comes along and needs an accommodation, I'll definitely figure out how to address it. But what I've come to understand is that there are so many things you can do on the upfront of the design to make your course more accessible, not only for people with disabilities, but people with different learning styles, people whose first language may not be English. So I believe my role is to research and understand as much as I can about developing online accessible content and activities, and to share that knowledge with faculty during the design process.
Making the course and the material accessible from the beginning is what our goal is, because that allows us to be ready from day one, where a student will come in and their material's ready for them. They don't have to go and try and run around and get it all ready or find someone who can get it ready. The professor will use some material that he's always used for a number of times, a number of semesters, a number of years. So it becomes a copy of a copy of a copy. And it doesn't give us the ability or flexibility to convert it so that it will be easier for the student to read, or even for us to interpret it or redo it. So on any given semester, we service about 700 students.
Which is access technology for someone who's blind.
Okay, so this is the Assistive Technology Center. We have a variety of different softwares on campus. I use JAWS for Windows. It's a screen reading technology for the blind, and it's been very useful for, that's it talking right now. We also have ZoomText, which is a large screen enlargement software for people with low vision, and it also will read the screen to people. And another product that we found very useful on campus is called Read and Write. And you can read and write within the tool, and students have been finding it very effective for reading their books and then also writing their various assignments for class, and it'll proofread with them verbally with the computer screen. We also have Dragon Naturally Speaking that we use on our campus for those who can't use a keyboard effectively. Moodle would be very accessible to all of our users with the various technologies if design of the product were thought of in advance rather than as an afterthought. If it's designed with access in mind, all of our students will be equally competitive in all their coursework. What we've currently been trying to do is close the loop so that the students with disabilities do not have to wait for access to be implemented, but think of it in advance, and closing this loop would make ADA access a reality, not a dream.
So the main thing that we see in math that we need to be careful of is writing equations that can be read by a screen reader. So the computer will see the equation and read it like a graphic, and then the screen reader will just say, solve graphic. Well, that's useless for the students. So we need to be careful about how we're actually writing the equation so that they can be read by the screen readers. So we're all using a lot of online resources a lot in our classes. We're using Moodle, we're using MyMathLab, WebWork, we're linking to Khan Academy, YouTube, all of these different resources, but we need to be careful about which ones we're using to make sure that they are all accessible.
I started making my videos for my online course, which are now fully captioned. The students can stop and start the videos, as well as repeat things if they missed it. The videos also come with a set of guided notes that students can print out and use to follow along with the video, or simply go through in lieu of the video. And now that I have all the things made, I use them for my in-person classes as well to supplement what we do in class.
2. Evaluate graphic 1.59 inches wide by 0.5 center.
It's all pictures.
This is a Word document where I used Equation Editor in Word to write my math equation. And when you look at it, not using a screen reader, it looks really nice. But now look what happens if I use the screen reader to read the equation.
Solve graphic 1.31 inches wide by 0.38
Graphic 1 inch
inches
wide by
correct.
something.
Land.
It's useless.
Land.
So Equation Editor for Word is useless. So what we're looking at right now is a program called LaTeX, where I use computer code to write formulas for math, and then it comes out as a PDF. And it actually seems like the PDF works pretty nicely with the screen reader if we use LaTeX.
I'm a business administration mass transfer student. I'm actually legally blind, and my main accommodations consist of a note taker for my classes because I can't really see anything that's put on boards or screens. As far as computer software goes, I use ZoomText, which is like a magnification software. I use JAWS, which is a screen reading software on the computer. So that's supposed to read a word, and so neither of those computer softwares that I use would work with it. So I was in the lab one day for about 5 hours or so on a thing that usually takes people about 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I was doing it for over 5 hours. I had to have people come in and be my reader.
I'm also very comfortable learning things via the internet here at HCC. A lot of the professors and the staff here are really great. They're very supportive.
It feels like it's a lot of work. It feels like there's a lot of upfront, I don't know how to do this.
When I think about the way forward, I think about collaboration. I know my material as a math teacher, but there are all these other people out there who want to help me to understand the issues of accessibility. There's online programs, there's Office of Disabilities, there's all these people on campus that maybe I just don't know are out there. So we just need to work on collaboration and talking to each other to make our lives as teachers easier.
Media and accommodation may not always be easy or simple, but we're very committed here in online programs to support faculty in making the needed adjustments and pulling in people from the library and OSDVS to work together as a team to ensure that our courses are as accessible as possible to our students.